Alright everybody, welcome to January 1st, 2021.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
Happy New Year.
We came out for a walk and lo and behold, the park is open behind us, which is Chapultapec Park. We come here, how many times a week do we come here? Maybe
2, 3?
2 or 3 times a week. We usually come here to go jogging and other things. The park is obviously a lot different right now because of COVID restrictions, but we're gonna take you around the park anyway and show you our favorite place to go explore and have fun. So hopefully you enjoy. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you get updates when new videos are available. And of course, check the links below for all of the various things that we've got going on and ways that you can support us, including Christina's Patreon, which is called
Christmas Kitchen.
Kitchen, where she cooks Mexican food. And of course, all the other things that we do. So check it out and follow us along. This is the first time I'm doing a video on my phone. I was too lazy to bring the cameras out today, so we'll see how it turns out. Follow along. This is the main bridge after you come in the main entrance here, leading up to the castle and everything. You see these big black stands. Usually these are full of pictures, exhibitions, displays, things of that nature, but because we're still in COVID issues here on January 1st, 2021, these still don't have anything on them because there haven't been any events at the park this year. So behind us is the activities panel, which you'll find throughout the park. Obviously there haven't been any activities since March of 2020 because of COVID, but normally there's stuff that happens every single week throughout the week. On weekends there's the picnic at night.
Yeah,
What else?
the botanical park where they sell products like cheese and
It's organic,
honey.
yeah, organic produce and stuff at the botanical garden. And there's obviously the castle. There's lots of events that take place. So don't forget to the museum. Don't forget to check this out when you're at the park. Assuming there's activities. We're not sure when activities will resume, but we're here today just to show you that it exists. And we will update it accordingly when the park is doing activities again. Very important. This is a huge park. Don't forget to check the directions or you'll get lost. Alright, as we come up the stairs here to the first major monument, you probably can't see, behind there is the castle up at the top of the hill. You have a few choices at this point. You can go straight up the hill, go to the castle, assuming it's open. You can go to the right, which is where all the food vendors are. It's a huge circle, and it comes around and it kind of starts here. So to the right, about 1/3 of that circle is where all the food vendors are. You can get water, things of that nature. And to the other side is the other side of the circle where there's nobody. So if you want a nice, peaceful, quiet walk, you can start in that direction, or you can go that direction if you need some water or a snack. Get a little better view of the castle up there, kind of here in the middle. Again, go left, nothing down that way. We're gonna go right along where all the food stalls are. Happy birds. It's also not just food vendors, it's also clothing vendors and beyond. You can either choose to walk through here and come around and do what we normally do, which is follow the sidewalk around the circuit. Walking along, here's all the food markets. Again, this is January 1st. There's nobody here. I mean, there's maybe 20, 30 vendors. Obviously, when this is in full swing on Saturdays and Sundays, there's a lot of people here. Alright, now that we're sort of getting off the beaten path into the middle of the park, you can hear the crunching of leaves beneath our feet. You can see there's still plenty of greenery. We're in the middle of winter. It's what, like 65 degrees, I think, Fahrenheit. Right now, and we are heading to the place where we normally stop to have picnics, so that we can show you a place by the lake where you can come have picnics. But there's also, I'm sure you've seen behind us, there's park benches, there's picnic tables, like here. More benches where you can sit. There's also, and we're going to show you here in a minute when we get up to it, there's places where you can bring your own hammocks. There's also hammocks already here. Although they've taken most of them down because of COVID. The park was actually shut down. How many months was the park shut down for? Do you remember last year? 3 months?
For many months.
Yeah, I think like three or 4 months the park was completely shut down from like March to like July, I think, because of the COVID restrictions. But since then it's been open. Obviously they don't allow huge congregations. You need to wear a mask when you come in. But like there's nobody around us right now, and I often take off my mask. I can actually probably take off my mask now, because there's nobody around right now. Once you get into the middle of the park, you're fine. Yeah. All right, now we're getting to we're by the lake now. You can hear the ducks. We're not quite to the middle of the park, but it's kind of like the center of the park. Probably can't see them here, but there's a group of white ducks over there. And that right there is the bridge. There's some buildings over there, but that's the bridge that is part of the big circuit. We'll probably walk up there here in a minute and show you that. There's a big CDMX Ciudad de Mexico sign that people like to take photos in front of. And when COVID restrictions aren't in place, that's where they do a lot of the there's mimes and clowns and street artists who do performances on that bridge. There's also paddle boats and stuff on the other side. Now that we're getting over here to this kind of quiet section, you'll notice that there's these metal stakes throughout. These are for people to come hang their own hammocks. And they even have some hammocks here that are already hung up, that are for public use, here by the lake. And then over here, just underneath those two big trees right over there, is where we usually come sit and have a picnic lunch. There's also a bunch of picnic tables right over there that you can see. Chris, what are those called in Spanish?
In Spanish is garza.
Garza? I don't even know what that's called in English. Is it a heron? I may have to investigate.
This is the only one.
Yeah, there's a couple of them here, but the only one we're seeing this morning. No, there's one over there in the tree too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So behind us you can see there's a thoroughfare that cuts through the heart of the park. There's many of these. They go across the park as opposed to around the circuit. And you can find little things like this little stream, creek, river area. There's also the trains over there, which are completely stopped right now, obviously.
Oh, yes,
But during the summertime, you can ride the train. Is it like 30 pesos or something?
No, I never.
We've never taken the train.
No.
But you can ride the train around the park and
Save energy.
save energy. It's a pretty big park. I mean, it takes. I'll have to.
Like
It takes like.
2 hours?
Well, from our house, you know, from our house, doing a circuit of the park, and then going home, it's about 2 hours. So, you know, I don't actually know what the distance is around the park. My brain was not working. I was trying to remember the word for distance. All right, so this is the bridge I was talking about earlier, where we were all the way over there on the other side of the lake, doing our picnic and walk around the edge. Here's the sign I was talking about. And if you go over here beyond the sign, you'll see there's paddle boats that you can rent. Do you remember how much? Well, I mean, you took the boat last year. No, 2018 you did the boat.
2019.
Was it 19?
Yes, and was like 120 pesos. It's like $7.
For how many people?
4 people.
For 4 people. So we're not sure what exactly the prices are right now.
1 hour. You can rent for hours.
Okay, so there's the paddle boats. Say hi. And this is the view from the bridge. So the bridge is behind us. And you see everybody's closed down. We were actually really surprised the park was open today. It's also giving us a good reason to want to come back after the COVID restrictions are lifted to do a different video on the park when everything is open. Obviously keep an eye out for the signs to tell you the points of interest. Here's one of those thoroughfares we were talking about that go through the park. As you get deeper into the park, you're going to come across like this right here. It's a line of restaurants that kind of goes off to one side. Those are like stationary restaurants as opposed to the food stalls selling snacks and things. So if you get a bit peckish, get a bite to eat. We've eaten here
Yes.
at
Twice?
this place, actually. This place right here, the first place here. Twice?
Twice.
I don't remember what we ate. It was years ago when we first came here, like in 2018. Huaraches, yeah.
Huaraches.
But it's been a long time since we've eaten at the park. Usually we bring our own picnic lunches. The other thing too, as you go around the park, is you're going to notice jungle gyms and places where the kids can play. There's a couple right here. There's also, you might not be able to see it unless I zoom in, so let me stop and try to do a zoom. See if I can do it justice. There's another one right there. I'm not a professional with the camera. I don't usually use the phone camera to record things, but today we are. And then beyond that is the actual like merry-go-rounds and stuff, which right now there's not any activity because of COVID restrictions. Here's a better view of that one, and then if you come over here, that's the merry-go-round that I was talking about, the carousel. And then we've almost reached the end of the food stall lines. I wanted to show this. The frog fountain is not working right now, but this is essentially, if you pan around, you'll notice there's no more food carts or anything. If we go look up the street, they all stop right there. So that's basically the end of the food circuit or the snack area and restaurants and stuff, and basically the other 2/3 of the park is completely wide open. Now that we've gotten past all the food vendors and stuff, over there is a whole bunch of fountains, a whole bunch of fountains I should say. I'm gonna go around this couple here, maintain our social distance. We're now into the 2/3 of the park that Chris really likes. This is your favorite part of the park, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we can have a picnic here.
So I'm gonna do a pan around. Obviously, you know, there's dead leaves all over everywhere right now because we are in the middle of winter, but you see behind us, the park is huge. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. And there's plenty of room. During the summertime, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens here. There's people who come have martial arts classes here in the park. There's like sword exhibitions. There's people doing open reading, poetry stuff, writing groups, yoga classes, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. What else happens? I don't know. There's a lot of events and activities that take place here in the park. Also, this whole circuit that we were just talking about earlier, they just turned on those fountains. Let's actually make it. You probably can't hear it on the video, but we can hear the water got really loud where they just turned all the fountains on back there. This is the circuit that we do when we come run. So we come, you'll see we're kind of on the edge. There's the street right there. This is the edge of the big circuit. We come here and do this run. How many times a week do we come run?
Like 3 times.
At most. Yeah, we'll do 2 or 3 times a week. We'll come here and run. We do one circuit around the park. So we walk here from the house, run a circuit, and then walk home. And then sometimes if we're not feeling horribly motivated, there's a smaller park near our house where we go. But this is the big park, Chapultapec Park. This is where we like to come. Even if it's just like what we're doing today, which is just a nice, peaceful Is this Friday?
Yes.
Friday afternoon walk to celebrate the first of the new year. Get all that COVID energy out. Fuck you, COVID. Fuck 2020. Let's bring 2020 in with a good year. I forgot to mention that one of the best parts about this park, no dogs allowed. So there's no dog shit all over the place. Now people will occasionally try to sneak their dogs in through back entrances if they don't see any of the security guards, but they're really strict about it, and there's police that ride around on bicycles, park rangers basically, that take care of things. But it is very nice to be able to come to the park and not have to worry about dog shit everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs. I have had dogs in the past. Dog parks exist for a reason. This is not a dog park. This is a people park. It's very clean. I don't even think they allow, I don't think you can smoke at this park either. I don't think I've ever seen a person trying to smoke a cigarette here. So, but yeah, no dogs allowed, which for us is a great thing because it means no dog poop. Because that's something you really hate too, is dog poop. Like we've gone to the, what's the name of that park that's up around the corner? Da Vinci Park? Da Vinci Park, and it's supposed to be a no dogs allowed park either, but it's a small park and nobody obeys the rules, and we have stepped in dog poop multiple times. We're there trying to have a nice relaxing walk, and next thing you know, all over your shoe. So that's a really nice thing about this park. As we get in here, you'll notice there's a guy over there reading on his tablet or something with his bike. There's somebody else here sitting on the hill with their bike. Beyond that, some more people. I mean, again, it's the first of the year and there's really nobody here, but you can see there still are people who are here enjoying the day. And Chris enjoying her trees. You gonna climb it? It's a beautiful day at the park. Happy New Year, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
It's nice to get out of the house. It's a beautiful day. I'm starting to get a little hot, actually. Alright, so now we've reached this end. This is called the Casara Del Rey, and this is basically a main thoroughfare that cuts through the heart of the park all the way up to the castle, which is all the way at that end. And then if you turn around and look up there, that's the back end, or the other entrance to the park, which is also, if I'm not mistaken, this is where Los Pinos is right up in there, which we've actually never visited the whole time we've been here. Now, Chapultapec Park is huge. Another sign there. It's a big park with multiple sections. Chris, is this section A? I never forget if this is called section A or section B. But we'll show you on the map what section we were in, what section we come walk to. Because there's multiple sections to this park. Like if you go all the way over there, there's the, on the other side of the street, on the other side of Avenida Reforma, is the, what's it called, Chris? The Museum of Anthropology, I think? Or is it National History Museum? One of the big museums is over on the other side of the park, so it's a really big place. Alright, so this marker is somewhat important. So here we're along the thoroughfare of the Kings, where it intersects with the thoroughfare de los filósofos, the philosophers. And this is towards the western end. That's the absolute western end. The castle is up there. But at this intersection, there is a small little orange building, which you can see right here. And you can come over here and you can rent bicycles. If you want to rent a bike to go around the park. I'll do a quick zoom in. You can see all the bikes there. And this is one of those thoroughfares that cut through. This is the Philosopher's Way, basically. Squirrel asking for food. Lots of squirrels. Anyway, here's where you can rent bikes if you want to. Yeah. 'Tis a beautiful day in the park. The big fallen tree that everyone likes to take pictures at. More people having a picnic over there. Somebody over there having a picnic, reading a book. Bicyclist. And Christina. Crunch, crunch, crunch of winter leaves and twigs. Alright, here's an important tip if you want to come to the park and have it be relatively peaceful. Come on a weekday. They're not open on Mondays, but you can come Tuesday through Friday at around 11 o'clock in the morning is the perfect time. The park opens around 8 a.m. I think it opens at 8, excuse me. And from 8 to 11 it's just full of joggers and cyclists. Joggers and cyclists. From 11 o'clock to early afternoon it's pretty empty. And then late afternoon up until closing time it gets a little chaotic too. Saturdays and Sundays there's always people here because it's the weekend. Also Sundays, because there's so many museums around here plus the castle, on Sundays museums are free for Mexicans and green card holders like myself. So everyone brings their families, not just because it's a free day, but also because they can go to the museum for free. So keep that in mind. Alright, so right over there, you can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit, some sanitarios or restrooms. Very important note on the restrooms in the park is that they cost money to use. So make sure you bring money with you. Coins. Yeah. 5 peso coins, because it costs 5 pesos to use the bathroom. Alright everybody, we are now getting towards the end. There's the big monument that we showed you at the beginning. Remember we said that when you first get in, you can go straight up, go to the castle, you can go right to the food vendor area, or left to go to the tranquil route. So we always go right and just do the whole circuit. Today we kind of zigzagged because we were recording all the video. But we came up the left side, which is the south side of the park. Yes, I'm like imagining Google Maps in my head. So we came up the south side of the park to finish up the circuit. So we started on the east side, which is the main entrance, which is up ahead. Then we went up around the north side of the park, zigzagged back and forth, and then finished up on the western side of the park. To finish, yeah. Since we're finishing the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get updates for when we have new videos available on YouTube. Don't forget to check out all the links below. For example, you can go check out Christina's Patreon page. What's it called?
Christmas kitchen.
It's still new. She's trying to remember the name of it.
Yeah.
She's cooking Mexican food and showing Mexican food tutorials over there. And obviously you can check out all of our other social media channels. We'll be doing stuff about life in Mexico City for the foreseeable future, so check all that out. We will see you in the next video. Thanks everybody.
Thank you for watching the video and follow us on YouTube.
Alright, bye-bye.
Bye.